Hello. Hi, guys. I should stop echoing now. Hi, Weasel. I feel like my voice is tired. You ever just feel like that, where you're just like, I don't want to speak. I wish to not speak anymore. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Ad. How's it going, guys? Happy Monday. D&D got canceled. Looking webcam. D&D got canceled, which means we're gonna play a little bit of Dragon Age. We're only gonna play for about 2 hours. I was playing a whole bunch today and over the weekend, so we've gotten a lot done. I think I have about 45 hours into this playthrough so far. I feel like the end is not in sight, but I also feel like it is also in sight, so it just depends on how quickly I get like the side quest done. And I was also thinking, I'm probably gonna play Awakening as well, just because that is also pretty. I feel like I should just play Awakening as well. I don't know if I'll do that on stream or not, but hello, Joel. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that on stream or not. Let's see. Also, I didn't realize it before, but the little emotes, I didn't realize the emotes pop up in the little chat box as well, and that's really cute. Also, lemonade. I haven't had lemonade in so long. Link's Awakening is a great game. I think I've played that one. I did stir it. I stirred it. That's another series I should just do, like a bunch of the hydrating with water. I should do a bunch of the Legend of Zelda games. If they I feel like they said that they were gonna port Twilight Princess to Switch. But I also feel like that they're going to wait until they release the Switch 2 to do that. Twilight Princess was my favorite Legend of Zelda game. But right now we're talking about Dragon Age. So let's get it. Let's get this bread. Should already be capturing. It's loud as fuck. And would never play it on Switch. Unfortunately, I don't have my Wii anymore, so yeah, they'd make it. I think it depends. If they give it the old what?
Didn't ask.
Anyway. If they give it the Pokemon treatment where the graphics just look like shit, then yeah, I probably won't. I won't play it on the Switch. But if like they actually update the graphics and stuff, I'd consider it. I need popcorn, maybe applesauce. Applesauce sounds good. Oh my god, I haven't had applesauce in forever. We have made great progress. Oh, Jesus Christ, Dan. We have made great progress. Make sure you guys, our ears aren't getting blown out. You have to wait 6 more minutes to make progress. Okay, well, that sounds like not my problem. So, we've made great progress. We have done the deep roads. I finished that today. That was a nightmare. We did the deep roads. I believe we got the Dalish. So we have the armies. All that is left for the main plot is we have to go and do the Landsmeet right now, but I want to just do some side quests and kind of get some side quests out of the way before I do that. I know, because it's gonna be a short stream, Weasel, so I want to get right into it. I didn't want to dilly-dally. So we're gonna do some side quests, which means I'm also probably going to be going back and forth Um, Are you unwell? I know. I know, but we're doing, it's only gonna be like a 2-hour stream. And I don't want to spend like an hour yapping. I could. I don't want to do that. I have to find, we gotta do the notices of termination. I was explaining this to Joel last night while I was playing, where a lot of the missions, especially the side quests of Dragon Age, they don't give you actual locations you need to go for stuff. They're just like, hey, Orzammar. So it is very much like a matter of you kind of either walking around in circles and just happening upon where you need to be. I actually think so. For this guy, for this one, notice of termination, find the remaining apprentices and give each of them a notice of termination. 2 of them could be found in Denerim, and the other procuring a slightly rarer item from Orzammar. He's not actually in Orzammar. I am HR, yes. So this guy's not actually in Orzammar. Also, I don't know if I'm not going to worry about switching over my items right now. My armor and stuff. We're gonna get back with the original crew as well. I had Ogren with me for a while. HR plus, HR with a magic staff, exactly. Some death root.
This should be easy enough.
Yeah, this tells you, the quest line tells you that the guy is in Orzammar, essentially. It's kind of hinting that he's in Orzammar, but he's not actually not in Orzammar. He's outside of Orzammar. So he should be somewhere. Be over here?
Another victory for the regent at Larkus Valleys.
I hope. Aaron.
We have a king. The gold will flow again.
We also went with Harrimont. We chose Harrimont. We killed Bronca. R.I.P. Bronca. I think that's like the only major decisions. Oh, for the werewolf quest line, we did side with the werewolves just because one of the things with having the Dalish is you get unlimited access to elf root. Which is like an incredible resource to have because you need it to make healing potions and healing poultices. So we did, as much as I like sympathized with the werewolves and like their plight, I was like, hey, just like strategically thinking, like I need this elf root. So, you don't have a hold a grudge for being locked out.
Open. I'll take business over a caste I've never known any day.
Not considered yapping a Finchurl menu. Werewolf.
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzammar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the assembly says we
do anything to trade me, buddy?
But they still use the goods we bring.
No.
Hypocrites. Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
How often do you restock?
I'm confined to a trade stall in the commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
I'm back. Hold on, we have a little visitor. We have a tiny little baby visitor. Bobo, look at the camera. You show them how handsome you are. Wow. Lazy. He's letting me touch his beans right now, which is like huge. He's just a little guy. That is Bobo.
Best of luck to you.
Okay, there should be a...
Should we be... Wait. Someone's listening.
Maybe I have to go back down the mountain pass. Should be a guy named Starrick. I don't suppose he would be up there, huh? Hi, Jenga. I know, cutest visitor. Just a little baby. He was probably yelling at Joel while Joel was cooking dinner. Bobo. I already gave this guy his. I'm questioning. Maybe I already gave that guy his and I need to go to Denerim and find the other one. Oh. Oh, Zevran leveled up. I have to level up Zevran. Quick.
Time for a little bloodletting, I see.
little loud. These graphics are what Baldur's Gate 3 would look like if I tried to run it on my system. Oh, buddy. Hey. I'm gonna do a little cheeky little heal for everyone, bud. Okay. Severin, you're gonna go down because you ran off on your own. Don't know why you did that, bud. Hey. Don't have me all wrong. I would love these angles on. So it's kind of nice. Hey. Stop it. Splitting the party. Option to like do a little bit more of a wide view. What happened?
This should be easy enough.
What happened? There was a hiccup? Uh-oh. Weird. Offline for 5 seconds. Very odd. It's probably because I'm doing restream. Bitch. It's weird because I didn't drop any frames in OBS. is annoying. If that happens again, we are going to switch off of Restream, which is a pain in my nuts. Because I do like having Restream. Stream these nuts, got him. On a kicker. Bizarre, though. Good, Zevran. Verbs is a weak ass. Armor, I do not need that. We're on like tier 6, tier 7 armor right now.
Let's get started.
And inventory space is very precious in this game. So I don't feel like picking up armor if I don't really need to. I don't know what it goes up to. I think it goes up to maybe tier 10, maybe?
As you wish.
Not actually sure. Well, let's level up Zevran while we have the chance. We're just gonna beef him up. Oh, actually, I'm gonna start beefing up his constitution too. He needs it. Some survival. Lacerate. Yeah, we're gonna beef him up all the way. It's for assassin. Hello? Oh, win.
I fell.
Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought it was all over.
Girl, are you okay? Need rest, that's all.
I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Girl. When you're my healer, please stop it. I am excited to see what they do with, oh, well, squirrel. I'm excited to see what they do with Veilguard in terms of how travel works, because obviously I think Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 work the same, where you travel to, like on the map, you can travel to different places, but you get these sort of random encounters. Right. Wonders of Potatoes. 69.
Dwarven craft. Fine dwarven craft. Fresh from
Here. You.
Yes, make it quick.
There you go.
Strange. Let's see this. I knew it. I gave that man the best 7 weeks of my life. Well, I guess he won't have me to push around anymore.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Right. Let us check. Enters word. I don't want to do this because I got my shits fucking stomped in on that one. This is another one where I can't get into the alienage yet, I don't think. We could do some of the premium content as well. Right, we can go to the collective. I'm to try to go to the Alien Edge. I don't know when that opens up, if it's after the lands meet or not. We might read through some codex.
The Mage's collective thanks you. Make us smile upon you.
Welcome. Honey. They go, yeah, pretty sure that I am not able to. I think it's after the lands meet I can.
Right.
The alien
Yep.
is closed. Be on your way.
Hi, Queecha!
You can't go pleading for realm and lord like lackeys.
Okay. We have a bunch of new codexes as well, because I got a shit ton while in the deep roads. How's everyone's Monday? It's a Monday. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Culture and history. Euthenera. Euthenera? That's how you pronounce that. The ancient elves who existed during the time of Arlathon, Euthenera was an act of reverence. Elves did not age, they were not immortal, but they did not suffer from deterioration of mind or body. They suffered only from a deterioration of the spirit. It did not happen often, but the oldest of the elves were said to reach a point where they became weary of life. Memories became too much to bear, and rather than fade into complacency, they voluntarily let newer generations guide their people. Euthenera means the long sleep, in which the elder would retire to a chamber that was one part bed and one part tomb. The great ceremony from all the extended family, the elder would succumb to a slumber from which they would not wake for centuries, and often never. In time, the body would deteriorate, and the elder would die in truth. All the while, the family would continue to visit the chamber to pay respect to the one who made such a great sacrifice. With the arrival of humans and the quickening of elven blood that ensued, the practice of Euthenera began to fade. When Arlathon fell, it ceased forever. Only have 4 days. Oh, nice, Dro. Hell yeah. The Frostback Mountains. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth the Mountain Father kept his throne at the peak of the Belenus, the mountain that lies at the center of the world, from which he could see all the corners of the earth and sky, and he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world has ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon, there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and the strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched. But sparrow and raven, vulture and eagle, swift and albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the Ptarmigan spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, and for the ptarmigan is a tiny bird too humble to soar, which spends half of its life hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out. This is like making me a little sad, I'm not gonna lie. Little by little, out of the valley and down a cliff, when the gold cast struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full, almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon Winterbreath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape, and all the remaining gods named Ptarmigan honored above even the loftiest eagles. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but that's what I went with. Salada Nagat. 913 Dragon, the Blight is building, though it is years from being named by the surface. But the memories know the signs. The Legion has lost Belnamar, though in truth it was lost to the living long ago. The spawn are moving freely and have numbers even the memories haven't seen. They will surge, release. We will fortify and follow. That is the way and will always be so, until we fall and the surface wonders what has changed. From chapter 49 of Stalada Nagat, The Stone Upheld, a commentary on the roll of years by Shaper Erden. 7. Storm. The wars continue in the depths, and the border tags are lost. Orzammar fortifies and holds, but the lost ground is not regained and remains dead space, where darkspawn multiply. It was a surge, but the surface was not breached. There was no great archdemon behind them. No blight was declared, no rallying cry was given. The wardens slumbered. After centuries of constant skirmishes, a trend becomes clear. The first line of defense, unacknowledged for centuries, weakens. From chapter 40 of Stalada Nagat, The Stone Upheld, a commentary on the roll of years by Shaper Erden. I think as long as pronunciation is consistent, you're fine. Me pronouncing a word wrong my entire life. Yeah, but I pronounced it wrong my entire life, so I'm not wrong. "512 Exalted. The surface declares the fourth blight, a number that means nothing to the stone. In the depths, the events are inverted, our blight spanning the interim years, 7 generations of shifting lines and darkness. Our ancestors are the reason the surface kingdoms don't know a darkspawn by sight, why even their eldest have never heard of an accounting firsthand. They believe the blights are defeated by a gathering of allies with singular focus. Eventually, they will be lost by attrition in the depths. The spawn surges and releases, we fortify and follow, although doubts are raised." From chapter 27 of Stalada Nagat. 310 Towers, they name it a blight, third by their reckoning. It was just the fight to our ancestors, continued even though it shifts settings. The hordes that press their borders surge and release, spilling across the surface. They fortify and follow. It was not their way to let the enemy rest. 325 Towers. The surface kingdoms declare victory. The horde is crushed, the push halted, and the celebrations begin as humans thank the skies and their maker. Beneath their gaze and their feet, the darkspawn retreat to the depths of our tags. New front lines are drawn across the old. They settle in to breed. The memories say has happened twice before, and likely in the darkness before that. So, we delved pretty deep into the deep roads. Got him. And I think the most haunting thing in like any Dragon Age game is when you encounter Hespith and the Broodmother, and the sort of you can hear Hespith reciting her poem about how Broodmothers are essentially made. And I think the Broodmothers is probably one of the, and this isn't like a bad thing, it's one of the worst bits of lore, just because it's so like brutal. Orzammar History, Chapter 2. We were losing the war against the Darkspawn, slowly. A few men at a time, but losing all the same. The warrior caste was dwindling with each generation as more able-bodied men perished in their prime without fathering sons. With each generation, more of the Deep Road had to be sealed, more Taigs lost forever. The kings of Orzammar watched and wondered how long it would be until nothing remained of our people but the memories. And then Paragon Caridin rose from the smith caste with a new weapon, golems. Giant soldiers of living stone and metal, each one was an army. With the Paragon's golems, we began to retake the lands we had lost. For a while, there was hope that final victory was coming. But at the height of the war, Paragon Caridin disappeared, and with him the means to make the golems. Several forays were made into the deep roads to search for the Paragon, but nothing was ever found. Over time, the golems we had were damaged beyond repair, and we began our slide, once again, toward extinction. It's like pure nightmare fuel. And like, and because it's like never really explicitly said, they call it spew. They say that the darkspawn would spew into females, and you're like, and then they called it violated, which is like, even like, it's just like, it leaves a lot to like ponder about and as to like the actual process of a broodmother coming into existence. But it's yeah, it's awful. After reading Lord of the Rings, one golem was enough. Please don't make more. Well, they're like golems. Not I say golem because that's how they pronounce it. Your brain goes, yes, yeah. So like you would think that the vagueness would be nicer. It would be nice. It's nice to have that sort of vagueness, but it's actually not. It's actually so much worse when it's vague because you immediately just assume like the actual worst part of like what actually happens. Books and songs. Evelyn? We got magic and religion. We got a lot of magic and religion. I do want to read about the elven gods, especially going into Veilguard. Big is never nice, or at least rarely. People are so much more inclined to think of worst case scenario. Yeah, and that's what the language does too, because it's vague leaning towards like the most profane things that you can like think of. All right, let's read a couple of. I want to read about the elven gods, just going into Veilguard. We already read about Andril. So we're going to read about Dirthman, Keeper of Secrets. The twins Falandin and Dirthman are the eldest children of Elgarnon, the Allfather, and Mythal, the Protector. The brothers were inseparable from the moment of their conception, known for their great love for each other. That is why we often speak of Falandin in one breath and Dirthman the next, for they cannot bear to be apart, not even in our tales. When the world was young, the gods often walked the earth, and Falandin and Dirthman were no exception. Both were delighted by the many wonders of our earth. They played with the animals, whispered to the trees, and bathed in the lakes and streams. Their days were filled with bliss, and they did not know sorrow. And then one day, while passing through the forest, Falandin and Dirthman came across an old and sickly deer resting beneath a tree. "Why do you sit so still, little sister?" asked Falandin. "Play with us," said Dirthman. "Alas," spoke the deer, "I cannot. I am old, and although I wish to go to my rest, my legs can no longer carry me." Taking pity on the deer, Falandin gathered her up in his arms and carried her to her rest beyond the veil. Dirthman tried to follow them, but the shifting gray paths beyond the veil would not let him. Separated for the first time from Falandin, Dirthman wandered aimlessly till he came across two ravens. "You are lost, and soon you will fade," the raven named Fear said to Dirthman. "Your brother has abandoned you. He no longer loves you," said the other named Deceit. "I am not lost, and Falandin has not abandoned me," replied Dirthman. He subdued the ravens and bade them carry him to Falandin. This they did, for they have been defeated and were now bound to Dirthman's service. When Dirthman found Falandin, he found also the deer, who once again was light on her feet, for her spirit was released from her weakened body. Both Falandin and Dirthman rejoiced to see this. Falandin vowed that he would remain to carry all the dead to their place beyond, just as he did the deer, and Dirthman stayed with him, for the twins cannot bear to be apart. Especially Dragon Age, since the setting isn't necessarily dark but nasty. Yeah, there's a lot of, because I think at the heart of like the Dragon Age games, it is about like hope. You have like hope and coming together, because you have, the tales of the Blight and how people came together, all the races came together to defeat this one enemy. But so much of the lore is just like that grim dark. Especially when you get into like the Darkspawn. I think the Darkspawn are like one of the most I think like in like a lot of fantasy settings, I think the Darkspawn are one of the most like evocative lore that I've kind of read about. I think that there's a lot of it kind of just makes me want to know more about the Darkspawn and the origin and like how they work as you kind of read through and you play through the games. And it's also interesting that you kind of go from, one thing I like about Dragon Age is with Dragon Age Origins, you really go from, oh my god, the Darkspawn are like, they're this big, bad, terrible enemy. They're horrible. Like this, they will like, if given the chance, they will eradicate all life as we know it. And then as you shift to like Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, you realize that a lot more is at play. Like, I think in Dragon Age Origins, you think there can't be anything worse than this, than an archdemon. And then as you go into Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, you realize that there is so much more to the world that we don't know about. And it's all connected. Like when the chips are down, they figure it out and rally to deal with the problem. They may fall back into old ways afterwards, but that positive note of hope is, yes, exactly. And I love a setting that, like, I love settings that are very like despair. Like you're where the chances, especially in like TTRPGs and stuff, where it's like you're not going to make it out alive of this particular, like if you're going into a one shot, you're like, you're not going to make it out alive. Your chances of survival are slim. However, I can't have that all the time because that's just like too much for me. I do like where it's like, you know, like kind of like the good guys will prevail in the end sort of thing. But I like the fight. I like the challenge. I still want like to feel that despair and the trauma that comes with that. Just don't want to lose all the time. Elgernon, god of vengeance. Long ago, when time itself was young, the only things in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elgernon was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgernon greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgernon, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgernon loved his mother's gifts and praised them highly and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elgernon took in her works and grew jealous. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all the creatures the earth had created and burnt them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all she had wrought. The pool of tears cried for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body the first rivers and streams. Elgernon was furious at what his father had done and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak while Elgernon's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgernon threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the reminders of Elgernon's battle with his father, drops of the sun's lifeblood which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. Hi, Cookie! Falandin, friend of the dead, the guide. O Falandin, Lethenavir, friend to the dead, guide my feet, calm my soul, lead me to my rest. In ancient times, the people were ageless and eternal, and instead of dying would enter the Euthenera, the long sleep, and walk the shifting paths beyond the veil with Falandin and his brother Dirthamen. Those elders would learn the secrets of dreams, and some returned to the people with newfound knowledge, but we quickened became mortal. Those of the people who passed walked with Falandin into the beyond and never returned. If they took counsel with Dirthamen on their passage, his wisdom was lost, for it went with them into the beyond also, and never came to the people. Then Fen'Harel caused the gods to be shut away from us, and those who passed no longer had Falandin to guide them. And so we learned to lay our loved ones to rest with an oaken staff to keep them from faltering along the paths, and a cedar branch to scatter the ravens named Fear and Deceit, who were once servants of Dirthamen, now without a master. I do like that there is, obviously, like, you're going to draw, like, you're going to kind of draw inspiration from, like, real life things. I do like the Norse mythology that creeps and flows into the elven mythology in this game, just because I love Norse mythology, so. I don't want it now. Joel likes to do this thing where he goes to hand me something and he'll like jerk it back when I reach for it. I don't know if you can hear him laughing right now. Fucking jerk. Fen'Harel, the Dreadwolf. There is precious little we know about Fen'Harel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgernon and Mythal created the world as we know it. Andril taught us the ways of the hunter, Selace and June gave us fire and crafting. But Fen'Harel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fen-Harel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haran among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldarin and Dernthal and Anaris, for they are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Fen-Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones, for although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fen-Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods. If only the Forgotten Ones would return to the abyss for a time. They trusted Fen-Harel, and they were all of them betrayed. And Fen-Harel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. Hello, Meteor Freak, what's up? He has to sleep at some point. I know. And then I'm gonna smother him. This just makes me sad. Reading this makes me sad. Knowing what we know now about Solus, this makes me sad. Oh, here's another one. I think Gilnena's another one that we are going to deal with in Belgard. They say Gilnean was one of the people in the days before Arlathan and the chosen of Andril the huntress. She was very beautiful, with hair of snowy white and as graceful as a gazelle. She kept always to Andril's ways, and Andril favored her above all others. One day, while hunting in the forest, Gilnean came across a hunter she did not know. At his feet lay a hawk, shot through the heart by an arrow. Gilnean was filled with rage, for the hawk, along with the hare, is an animal much beloved of Andril. Gilnean demanded that the hunter make an offering to Andril in exchange for taking the life of one of her creatures. The hunter refused, and Gilnean called upon the goddess to curse him, so that he could never again hunt and kill a living creature. Gilnean's curse took hold, and the hunter found that he was unable to hunt. His prey would dart out of sight, and his arrows would fly astray. His friends and family began to mock him for his impotence, for what use is a hunter who cannot hunt? Ashamed, the hunter swore he would find Gilnean and repay her for what she had done to him. He found Gilnean while she was out on a hunt with her sisters and lured her away from them with lies and false words. He told Gilnean that he had learned his lesson and begged her to come with him so she could teach him to make a proper offering to Andril. Moved by his pleas, Gilnean followed the hunter, and when they were away from all of her sisters, the hunter turned on Gilnean. He blinded her first and then bound her as one would bind a kill fresh from the hunt. But because he was cursed, the hunter could not kill her. Instead, he left her for dead in the forest. And Gilnean prayed to the gods for help. She prayed to Elgranon for vengeance, to Mother Mythal to protect her, but above all else, she prayed to Andril. Andril sent her hails to Gilnean, and they chewed through the ropes that bound her, and Gilnean was still wounded and blind, and could not find her way home. Oh, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure Gilnean has, like, bandages around her eyes. So Gilnean turned her into a beautiful white deer, the first Hala, and Gilnean found her way back to her sisters and led them to the hunter who was brought to justice. And since that day, the Hala have guided the people, and have never led us astray, for they listened to the voice of Gilnean. Let's look at... so we can do... Ogren has told you about an old friend called Felsi, who left for the surface about a year ago, although... we're on a good thread. I think we can probably go to Lake Calenhad and do that.
On it.
This one? No, it's this one. Is it gonna take me there, or... Okay, we'll just go there and we'll see. Again, it's one of those things where I'm like, is the game actually telling me where I need to go? Or are they lying to me? Uh-oh. Not this way.
Right.
It does look like a hedgehog wolf, doesn't it? Here we go. Unless you give me any, no? I don't get an, okay, that's fair. That's fine. Whatever. If you can tame it, you get to keep it. Just Sonic Unleashed. Horrible. Change its papers and take it for walks and everything. Listen, I'll let you guys keep wild animals as long as it doesn't like shit in the house, whatever, you know? Shut up. Did I ever take the... I did. I took...
As you wish.
Oh, yo, I got pasta and meatballs.
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it?
What do you mean back you up?
Just, follow my lead, you know?
What the fuck does that mean, Ogren? Go get her, buddy.
Be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right. Are you sure you're not a baker? Because you got a sodding nice set of buns.
I love Ogren
Ogren?
so much.
Is that you?
I love him so much. What a guy. What a lad.
Baby.
What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. Fighting Darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
This man took... I got a wingman for him. I gotta do it.
It was a bit of pain, but...
I gotta help my boy.
Personal favor for the King of Orzammar, you understand?
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Well,
Or it's fate.
What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate. The ancestors must have a sense of humor.
And scratch their chins in the
Sure
same...
they did.
I hate how long their arms are.
Look at Lady Helmy, haven't you? If her face isn't a joke the ancestors are playing, I'm a Bronto's behind.
So, Lady Helmy must be a paragon of beauty then.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Ogren?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto. Oh, the Queen needed a new fool, did she?
Oh well, it's been fun, Felsi. But I better go.
Wait, you're leaving? You just got here. I haven't called you a shaft rat yet.
Well, you can't keep the archdemon waiting. You hurt its feelings, it might just turn the whole blight around and go home. Nobody
Or
wants
so hard
that.
because the rope hits the ground.
Well,
That's
you
fair.
don't need to
You have
fight
to really
right
keep it
now,
tight.
do you? I mean,
But-
you could have a pint first. You could call me a surly Bronto. I could tell you that you smell like nug droppings.
I'll tell you what, I got some things I gotta do, but I'll come back for that pint when things are settled. You frigid deep stalker.
Fine, but you better not keep me waiting, you worthless copper-plated sword cast.
Wouldn't dream.
Oh,
of
it's
it.
like foreplay for them. I see. Did you like that? Did you like that, buddy? Did that do something for you? Oh, innkeeper.
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you today?
That's the inn called the
It's
Spoiled
my father's
Princess.
idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Denerim. More glamorous, she said. Well, she was found murdered, robbed of all the trinkets my father bought her with his hard-earned money. My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling in. The name stuck. That's the story.
I'd like a drink.
Of course. What would you like?
I'm going to take some of this. These are... I need these. Thank you. Anything good in here? Anything good? Smell fruit. Very much. Let's get some wine. I'll take that. Popcorn, applesauce, and shrimp. Shrimp. That's an odd array. I'm not yucking your yum. I'm just saying it's an odd array. I respect it though. Girl dinner. Irium dust. I can't argue your point. I'm not yucking your yum. Sometimes I have, sometimes my dinner consists of a scoop of peanut butter and a pickle. So like, you know, life comes at you fast. All right. Cool. Is the no, it's not on the pickle. I'm not a savage, dude. That'd be disgusting. Get out of here. I leave. Alright, I think we can safely go back. Did you dip the pickle in peanut butter? No. Separate. A scoop of peanut butter. Eat it. Pickle. Eat it. Let's go to our camp and talk to Ogren.
I think I owe
And also
you an
win.
explanation for what happened earlier.
What was that about? Little baby. Yeah, you had me quite worried.
You should know.
What kind of pickle?
Something happened to me at the tower
Dill.
before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon.
I don't like bread and butter.
It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day.
Sometimes I eat 4 tablespoons of peanut butter for no reason. That's a
a
meal. But you're standing right here.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful
Darkside
being
Skittles
to
and-
rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy.
I haven't, but I'm
and
interested.
left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete,
And just nom nom
impenetrable
noms the pickle
darkness.
for the next 10 minutes.
And then I
It's
sensed a presence
Grill dinner.
enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her
I'm sorry,
grasp.
Weasel.
I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor. The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons.
Hell yeah.
It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
And we'll make. I see. I have to be nice to win because she's grandma. There's Ogren. Hey, buddy.
I still got it.
Ogren's the best character. Wait, that was a success?
Were you watching? She could barely restrain herself. Might as well rest up while I can. You ready to go? Aye. All right then.
I mean, whatever, man. Do we want to go see Flemeth? Do we want to go see Flemeth? Personally, I don't.
Yes.
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 Unpopular decision. I have Morgan in party at all times. So if I didn't play a mage, I probably would have Morgan in my party more. But because I play a mage and also Wynn is just my designated keep me alive person, I usually have at least Alistair. And since I've gotten Ogren, I've had him a bunch. Or I usually have Zevran. She's the mother of my babies. Skittles mixed with M&Ms are the true dark side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hate when it starts with a cutscene. The emissary go. Oh, there he is. Oof. Come on, get up, Wynn. Get up, Wynn. Well, I'm dead. Is that not my dead body? Well. I just gotta go up here, I guess. Fucked on, idiot. Fuck him up. Fuck him up, boys. I always go rogue or warrior, so it's easier to keep her around for me. Yeah, so I always have a problem because some of my best, like my favorite companions are mages, but I always pick a mage to play, so it is hard because I'm like, what's the point of having like 3 mages in a party? Like I'm gonna get my shit pressed in. Did you play 2? If so, is it worth it? I think that playing 2 is worth it if you want to know more about the lore and you like good characters. Because I think that 2 has like some of like the best characters, especially like companions. Like you have Anders, you have Fenris, you have Varric. You get the introduction of Varric, who plays a very integral part throughout the rest of the series. Are we good? Are we good? Oh, oh, I'm stunned. What am I stunned by? Who's here? Hello? Take this before here. There was an emissary, was there not? Am I losing it? Oh, there they are. This actually probably should not be a problem. I know, Varric is so good. Oh, actually, never mind. That is actually a big problem. I didn't realize there was that many. Excuse me. Fuck off. I try to keep Dwarven rogues or bards in games for Varric.
Another day, another scar.
That was interesting and draining.
What was that? Did you summon the spirit?
I called forth the spirit that sustains me so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
So you could kill yourself doing this.
That's certainly conceivable. I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties.
Probably not. I don't want you exerting yourself.
I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
You're like my weird grandma thing. I never knew my real mother.
As you say.
All those, like, sometimes it does annoy me, like, the amount of people I kill in some areas, and I get, like, fucking zero loot. This way. I think technically you could have build a mage that could have armor spells and cast in combat, and you take so much focus off what a spellcaster do to... Yeah. Like, my mage is pretty tanky. She's an arcane warrior. And I have, like... Obviously, I like the way that she's dressed. It doesn't look like a mage. We have, like, some pretty beefy, pretty beefy armor on her right now. I think I have the Legion of the Dead armor on her. Oh. One more bite. Thanks, Ab. Maybe one more bite if I can get it all on one fork. I lied. Then I lied. Like a liar. There's no protection. Hey. I know I just saved, but I got nervous. Hey, Flemeth.
And so you return.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
Lovely Morrigan has at
Heck.
last found someone willing to dance to her tune.
I gotta figure out why that
Such
doesn't play.
enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say?
I've come to talk.
Oh, how interesting. Speak then. You have come far, and I am nothing if not hospitable.
Is it true you intend to take Morgan's body?
Oh, I do like that. Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do
No,
you
I don't think
slay
I will
the
keep
old
it
wretch
silent.
as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
What do you propose?
Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
And what happens to
I
you?
go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom.
I super don't want to fight Flemeth.
Would you give an old woman that?
Do that.
It's far easier this way, don't you think? The lies are always more fun.
Yes, fun. Morgan.
Meme.
Oh, who am I kidding? That does sound fun. I'm a bad man.
She looks like a
But hang on,
Skyrim
Deputy
dark elf,
Warden.
but she's free.
I hope it's for good cause. The book is inside the hut, with notes and spells.
Well,
enough
to be
make
fair,
even
in Dragon Age
Morrigan
2, she gets
blush
quite the
with
glow up.
delight. You and I will not meet again. That I guarantee.
Aw, Wynn disapproved of that. Well, look. Alright, see you later. Let's go to my Elvin. The fight is a beast. I thought the fight with the arch. Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to fight more. Flemeth, to be honest. Oh, thank you.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean?
Means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men. As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they. A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
So why having power confines
If you
you.
live apart from others, and your actions
I had
affect
to,
only
otherwise I had
you,
lost more. Yeah,
then
that's
you may
fair.
do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Nervous to talk to Morrigan right now. Hey, Morrigan.
I await your command.
Fine. Does it? Oh, did she not? Ah, fuck. She didn't actually give me the grimoire. I probably have to go into her hut to get it, don't I?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she just handed it to me. Oh, we'll, have a key.
As you wish.
Bye. Gotta go. She'll never know.
I await your command.
That's a grimoire. They're gonna make me talk to her. I don't want to talk to her, to be honest. I'm nervous now. I'm nervous that she's gonna get mad at me.
Yes.
Yes.
Book? What are you talking about? I don't have any books. Okay.
Change your mind already? I change knickers less quickly. Wouldn't we all, alas?
You give no answers.
Back to this again. Sabers rattling and jaws firmly planted on the floor. Oh, do something.
That's it. Do you have to kill Flemeth?
Then do leave an old woman in peace. So many visitors. Next they'll be putting in a road. Maybe an inn. Ah.
Just so that, like... But if you don't, she occupies Morgan's body. I mean... Yeah, I guess.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Morgan Sithy. I like to say Morgan though because like that's whole story lore you get from. Yeah, I have like really high approval with Oregon right now.
You have excellent taste. How nice.
Oh, marvelous.
Severin should just like,
How nice.
yeah, I like his favored, but Ogren want the Antivan brandy. Oh, did I already give that to him? Ready? Well, we completed that task, so... I think that you get Morrigan to complete the ritual regardless of if you kill Flemeth, I want to say. We want to go and do some of the premium content. So we can't do that. We can't do this one either because we need the alienage. I think the only change is who's operating the meat suit. Well, I don't think Flemeth takes over Morrigan. Does she? Because that would kind of go against what happens in Inquisition, where Flemeth tells Morrigan, "You were never in any danger of me." That's why they fight. Well, I gotta like look this up now. So Morrigan's afraid that Flemeth will take over her body. But I don't think that she actually does. It's been a few years since. Yeah, I don't think that she actually does. Because like that would change like the whole course of what happens in Inquisition, because when you meet Morrigan in Inquisition and then you take her to the Well of Sorrows, and you can choose whether you or Morrigan drinks from the Well of Sorrows. And when that happens, when you eventually go into the Fade after the child, when you go into the Fade after the child, you have a conversation with Flemeth, who takes the old god's soul out of, the archdemon's soul out of the boy. I can't remember his name. And she has this conversation with the Inquisitor. It is not acceptable, and I'm forgetting all this lore. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know a whole lot about Origins. I just know from what happens in Inquisition. Flemeth takes the soul of the old gods, the archdemon's soul, out of the body. And she has this conversation where she tells Morrigan, you were never in any danger of me. I can't possess the will. I can only possess the willing. Kieran, that's his name. Yeah, maybe we go do some of the DLC for a little bit. Because the whole thing was that Morrigan was afraid, and she didn't want to go with you because she was afraid that if she was near Flemeth when Flemeth was quote unquote killed, that Flemeth would take over her body. Yeah, we'll rock with that. Let's go to... You're saying sounds right, because the story in Inquisition fixes some of the... Yeah! And obviously there's going to be, like, inconsistencies and stuff regardless. Oh, hello.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people traveling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do? Oh, no. I sent my elf to do that. I mean, I sent my helper, Taran. Nice fellow, that, Taran. Allow me to introduce
Yeah, and that
myself.
fits with Morgan's
Felix de
personality.
Grosbois,
She'll act the way
merchant
she
and
does because she's so
entrepreneur
disconnected
at
with
your
people and scared of
service.
everything. Although she'll eat your liver. Yeah. I'm Lauren. Pleased to meet
I
you.
don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you consider helping a fellow out?
What do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
What's the catch?
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
Yes, I think I could use it.
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just
that's where Cullen's from.
That will
Honleith.
golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
If not, I'll be back.
Alright, well, I really
hey,
hope
Vlad.
it works.
How's it
Best of luck to
going?
you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Poor damaged Cullen.
Let's get started.
I do enjoy Cullen as well. He's kind of like my go-to. Him and Iron Bull are my go-to to romance and Inquisition. Unleash.
On it.
Although my why are we running? Oh, okay. I see now. I see why we're running. Although my for going into Veilguard, I will be doing I will be having Solus be the romance option. I'm usually playing a male character and go with Cassandra, but I mean, I think you can romance Bull as a male character, technically. Stop that. Hello? Wait. Wait, can we attack, babes? Wait, can we attack? Thank you. Oh, that's fair. Me forgetting that not everyone is bisexual. Time to loot.
Right. On it.
You think this little house is the shitter? God damn it. Yes. Let us save.
This should be easy enough.
I do keep wanting to, like, get all of the, like, death root and stuff. Hey, stop it. Oh. Hi, Shell. Excuse me. Yeah, back a little bit. Okay, you got in my way, Cullen. Yeah, I know. It's also interesting when you learn about, like, the golems and, like, their kind of origins and stuff. Can I activate you? No, not gonna let me activate you right now. Alright, that's fair. Valid. Stop that.
On it.
Take all of the lyrium potions. The one problem with when you don't take a
This should be easy enough.
you don't take a rogue with you is all of the chests that you don't get to unlock.
On it.
You get to complete the dungeon first to be able to activate her, or was that to free her? I don't know. I'm about to find out. I have the control rod. Can you?
What's some one-forged human village doing with a golem that fine?
On closer inspection, you see the statues embedded with numerous crystals, some of them cracked. It may be dwarven make. Activate? Nothing happens apparently if the rod is not working or the code is incorrect. I'm gonna go back and see if that one chest gets opened by this key that I got. I needed a key. Nice. Right, cheese knife! I'm not gonna use that. It's fine. I'm not gonna use it. Sell it, though. Basket of bird seed. Basket is almost empty. Most of the birds seems to have been scattered about to attract birds. Like the cheese knife exists. Better than a poop knife, I guess. I like in Inquisition where you can get like the big spoon that's like a maul, and then the cheese wheel as a shield.
This should be easy enough.
I'll take it. All these chests. do a cheeky little group heal. One needs a little bit of help. Hey, group heal would be really great right now. Thanks. Big preach. I always give it to Liliana since she's from Orlais. She always sounds French. She would like a cheese knife. Money. Another chest that I can't look. I'm gonna have to come back here with like Zephyrin or Liliana to open those. Boom, special brew. I can give that to Ogren. I usually have Zev, so he hands up. Yeah. He's my normal, ooh. He is my normal, rogue that I take with me. I like Liliana, but I am attempting to romance Zephyrin this run, so. Fucking emissaries, dude. Freeze this motherfucker. God, fucking Alistair's a beast. You wanna go back here, Win? We'll just have Alistair pop a little help with this.
You're getting sloppy. Let's get started.
Yeah, Zephyrin is, you can romance him as a, male or female warden, I'm fairly certain.
Easy enough. On it.
It's... Hey, guys.
By the
chillin'?
Maker, we're saved.
It just makes me, I always make,
To save us.
in the past, I haven't made him king. Just because I normally play and I normally romance Alistair. And I don't like the thought of my, my mage just being like his little side piece. So I normally don't make him king. I have in the past, like I've done one playthrough, so I've done 2 playthroughs of Origin. I've made him king in the past and I didn't like it. Just because he has expressed that he didn't want to be king.
A Grey Warden? Here! Thank the Maker for our luck! But if you weren't safe,
And I think that Nora is fine enough.
If you don't mind me asking. The statue outside. Why would... Oh, I think I see. You bought the control rod, didn't you? You came here looking for Shale.
Are you guys about to be little bitches? Oh, goodbye. I got a little braid.
That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance.
What do you mean?
My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais. And what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now.
Except the rod doesn't work, nothing happens.
My mother might have passed along the wrong command phrase when she sold the rod. She said she never wanted to see Shale active again. Look, I'll tell you the command phrase, but I'll need your help first. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
See if I can find her.
Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area.
If I was playing Hawk, I would have intimidated him. Bitch. How these guys get in? That's my my sweep. Despite how he starts the game, Alistair is a kid. I love Alistair's one of the best written characters in the Dragon Age series. That's probably fine.
As you wish.
That's probably fine. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Christ. Hey guys, can we fucking chill out for a second? I was then kicked off, buddy.
Let's get started. Let's get started.
Harvest Festival ring. Dang. See that book? Another chest I can't open. Shambles? Hey, why'd this guy have his what's going on here? Why's this man got fucking tunnels in his basement? What's he building in here?
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree?
Oh, buddy, stop talking to fucking animals.
Look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
Never played this game, but the pause mechanic seems better than— yeah. It's a lot better. Personally, I don't like any of the fighting mechanics in any of the Dragon Age games. It's all a bit of a nightmare sometimes, but Origins does have the best fighting mechanics out of the 3 main games. Been so long since I played this game. I haven't played this game. This is my first replaying of it since it came out in like 2009. Because I played through it twice when it first came out, and then I haven't touched it. And since Veilguard is coming out in the fall, I decided I needed to replay all of the games again. Also, welcome on in, Grognardian. We? Who's we?
Kitty and me, of course. You don't see anyone else.
That
here,
cat.
do you? Anyway,
That's not a
you
cat.
should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
Cat finds me distracting.
Kitty's clever. She says you want to take
Will you be
me
doing a
back to my
full playthrough?
father,
Yeah,
but
so
not
I'm
going
almost done with this
She would be
game.
lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
Hate that. Hate that. That's not really a cat, is it?
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing, we'll be doing a full playthrough of the first 3 games. I have been playing this game off stream as well, just so I can get through all of the games because they are pretty chunky. But Veilguard, I will probably be playing exclusively on stream when it comes out. Depending on when it does come out, I might just like do like a 12-hour stream and just like play that shit for 12 hours.
Oh,
I need to send another package.
No
Ooh.
fun. I'm
Are
going
you,
to
if you're not sick of it?
Nothing you say will convince
I especially need to play Dragon Age 2. I played one run in Romance Meryl and then never went back. Dragon Age, so Dragon Age 2 is a little, it's a little rough. I'm not leaving without the girl.
Seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
Girl, you know I can't do that. Girl, I can't do that. But yeah, so my thoughts on like Dragon Age 2, I understand why the game isn't sort of received as well within the Dragon Age community, because it's not a great game. It's not a complete game. It's a game that was rushed. It was a game that was like developed, I think, within like what, like 9 months or something like that, because EA had acquired BioWare in that time span, and they basically were like, you need to come out with another Dragon Age game by this time, and then they were just basically, it was a crunch. So they had to do a lot of shortcuts, and it wasn't the game that they wanted to make for Dragon Age 2, because I believe that Dragon Age 2 was originally supposed to be called Dragon Age Exodus, and they had a little bit of a different storyline, but they obviously had to adjust it due to the time constraints. And I think that if they had been given the right amount of time to make the game, it would have been, it would have surpassed Dragon Age Origins for what it was at the time. However, I do think that in the same way that people are mean about like Mass Effect Andromeda, I think they're also mean about Dragon Age 2. Yeah, it's not a great game. However, given the time that it took to make it, it's a decent game. I think that the story still is very good. I think that the characters still are very good. Yeah, I love Dragon Age 2 because Fenris is one of my favorite characters. And I think that Hawke is a very good protagonist. And you also get the introduction of Varric, who plays such like an integral part of the Dragon Age series. Bones. Andromeda, I still have not. I think Andromeda is worth finishing. I think it is worth finishing. I think it does expand on like the Mass Effect story lore and stuff. So I would say it's worth finishing. Yeah, they were selling Dragon Age 2 within months of selling Dragon Age Awakening, and that DLC was about half of Dragon. Yeah. Do you think he'll notice something out of place?
Mortals often allow themselves to be blinded by hope. They see what they wish to see. If the father hopes to see his Amalia alive and unharmed, perhaps he will. Thank you. You are very gracious. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting! Kitty is going to be free! I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
I am still trapped. What is the matter?
No! Kitty!
Sorry, Kitty.
You will not take the child from me. She shall be mine forever.
The desire demon. Uh-oh. I fear we've made a mistake. Yep. Fucking titty demon. Hi, Chunky! Jesus Christ. Chill. It ain't that serious. Sorry, kitty. You fucked on, idiot. City demon, my one weakness. We've all been there. R.I.P. City demon. R.I.P. We hardly knew ye. That was an odd noise that just happened. The one good thing about going into this area is so over-leveled. Just fucking dunking on all of these enemies. A little confused, got a little turned around. Hey, bud.
What happened to her? Is she in there? Why hasn't she come back? She's dead. Oh, my poor butterfly. Thank you for finding her.
Just don't go down. Seal that tunnel off. Don't go down there.
To activate Shale is Dulan Han.
Yeah.
If you still want that bloody thing.
I do.
I wouldn't if I were you. Now I guess I'll go.
Fuck, what the what were they doing? Okay, whatever. It's not my business, actually. Never mind, I don't care. Homie just has a spike pit with a cage in it. No worries. Nothing interesting down there anymore. Yeah, don't worry about it. Seal the tunnel off. Cave it in. You don't need to go down there. I shall. I shall. I shall.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And of course, it is another mage. That is what it is. Yes? Yes. Just my luck.
Hello to you too.
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
You shell for so long. She's such a badass tank companion. I'm excited to have her in my party. I might actually replace Alistair with her.
I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
Not all of them, no.
Some got away, then. How unfortunate.
You have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
Something wrong?
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
What? Why?
Oh, go on. It will be fun.
All right. Walk over there.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is broken?
Shouldn't you be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded,
Pursuing Johnny.
I have free will, yes. It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
A girl. I don't intend to do anything with you.
How unexpected, yet refreshing. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it, or
you want
go
your bird
elsewhere?
basket?
I do not even know what lies beyond
You want your
this
seed
village.
basket? Are you going to keep calling me it? You're welcome to come with me.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous and large.
It is a portable battering ram.
Good point. Better it than me, anyhow.
A golem, huh?
Yeah.
I guess there are worse things to have following you around than a giant boulder with fists. I will follow it about then. For now, I am called Shale, by the way.
Boulder. I am Morwen. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Level 17. Sorry, Alistair.
Lost it, yes.
It's the girlies and Ogren, okay? It's gonna be... Yeah, Ogren's a fucking monster, dude. Tiggin. You like Tiggins? Tiggins. Oh, not like Tiggin. That's fucking funny. Did I talk to Beefcake? Oh, baby. Oh, he's a baby. That Beefcake. Oh, I love him. My dirty little guy. Look at all these people. Oh, for sure.
I have a question for it, if it will indulge me. My understanding is that it encountered the smith named Caradin. He who was responsible for the creation of the golems, that he had become a golem himself. What I do not know is what became of him. Why did he not return with it? I would have many questions for him.
Sorry, he killed himself.
He killed himself? Ah, I would doubt it, but no. I see it is telling the truth. May I ask what became of the Anvil of the Void, assuming that it too still existed?
It was destroyed as Caradin wanted.
And it was no doubt for the best. With Caradin also goes any chance I might have had of finding answers on my past, I assume. Tell me, did it find out anything from Caradin? Anything at all about how I might have been made? Meaning that I was once a living creature? That seems highly unlikely, and more than a little insulting. Is it certain?
You were once squishy. Sad, but true.
Was I forced into this? Or simply glad to abandon a frail body? And more importantly, who was I? I simply must know. I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must look.
If it can search the deep roads, I may remember.
I don't want to go back to the deep roads.
If not,
don't make me go back.
I'll have to wait.
What did I do? Girl, I literally agreed to help you and you're giving me fucking disapproval. I can't.
Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. See how kind and generous I am?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice
You're welcome. Bitch. I am a kind and generous god.
That looks fine indeed.
I figure out what these ones are for. Figure it out later though. I think this is a good spot to settle on. We have a new companion. Done some side questing. What we got coming up the rest of the week? Tomorrow we'll be back here. I think we'll be playing a little bit more Dragon Age. Maybe between now and then I'll probably get to a good point where we'll probably be good to finish it up by the end of the week. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, we'll be back here. We'll be doing some more art. We'll be working on the Dragon Age Tarot card. Thanks for lurking, Queep! We'll be working on the Dragon Age Tarot card that I was working on. Thursday, we are back with the finale of Pink Moon. That is at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're unfamiliar, Pink Moon is a D&D 5e miniseries that I've been running. It is a prismatic noir by Possum Punks. I'm very excited that we're going to be finishing that up this week. It should be a lot of fun. And then we're going to be off the rest of the week until Sunday, where we'll be doing some Sunday Fun Day with Little Bones, I believe. I think I didn't confirm it with her, but I'm making the announcement anyway. Teehee. I'm gonna go and download Origins. Do it, Dro. It's a great show. Thanks, Cookie. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna probably go play some COD with Bones now. Goodbye.